Hello everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. First take on this, we are going to talk about the 2022-2023 investing, trading, what I'm doing and where I'm going with this. All right, so some of you may be new, some of you already know. Here at Quant Labs, we empower investors to maximize their portfolios to help them meet their financial goals in a responsible way. We offer customized and sophisticated strategies that help customers build portfolios to grow organically and faster in a trusted consumer consultant kind of relationship. Now, going into trading in 2022 has been very complicated and challenging, but getting there doesn't need to be. Okay, so let's talk about what we're talking. We're going to talk about what we're talking about here. So we can choose our reliable and exchanges and brokers. I already use interactive brokers. They've been around since the late 80s. In terms of crypto, we know about the FTX. So I'm going to suggest probably the best exchange out there, safest one that I know is Kraken. I'll explain why. We're also able to track uh, and select outperforming various instruments. Okay, I'm going to talk about that again. We also do research and for investment purposes, and we also have various trading options available. Also, we have a way to automate all your orders in a optimally timed way to get optimum returns, and we are able to set exponential goals, obviously. Now, here's the thing. How do we get there? We do research and plan uh, with a set of goals. We diversify portfolio through different types of asset ownership. We follow markets that outperform. Okay, again, this has been a tough year. Now, at the same time, we got to minimize risk because of all the bankruptcies and all the fraud that's been going on this year, namely in crypto. We want to obviously stay away from anything that looks like a scam or sounds too good to be true. We avoid all in strategies. We diversify in only top performing market categories. I want to talk about that in a minute. Most of all the different types of resources available. We have the apps, we have the platforms that streamline everybody's experience involved. And obviously, we have the ability to offer you through guidance of our quantlabs.net, through virtual chats, through our courses and webinars. Okay. So lately, here's the area of focus to really make it very quote unquote safe and optimal. Um, First, I'm not shied away from cryptocurrency. Uh, there are a lot of combinations out there that I'm going to show you to stay ahead of the market, able to capitalize on actual coins that you'll own. There's no staking here, so you're locked in. We invest in various different, call it multiple types of blockchains and other coins. We obviously, as I said, we're using Kraken Exchange here for extra security and ultra customer service that you would get. And we only choose best of class. Now, in terms of equity and Forex, as I mentioned, we're using interactive brokers, which enables you to trade pretty well 24 hours, 5 days a week, 6 days a week if you want to count the Forex. Now, here's the key to what we do. We use ETF sectors and data to find the top performing sectors for the month. On top of that, because of that, I'm able to bang out really strong Seeking Alpha analysis and research that I post on Seeking Alpha. I'll talk about that in a minute as well. And then we have the automated research scripts that we use, be it in whatever language it is, Python, whatever, to find the optimal top monthly performers. And that's key. We're not talking about annual performers, monthly performers. Now, as I said, I mentioned Seeking Alpha. Here's some of the benefits of being part of this community. For me, on my account, that's fairly new. I get over 50,000 monthly views. Okay. Um, on that account. That's way better. Probably outcombines all the social media in the world that I try to promote on. Also, it has the fastest follower number of followers. And remember, these are actual traders. These are actual investors that I'm wanting to appeal to through seeking alpha. Now, the other thing I hint here in my own research and the analysis I put out, a lot of it's honest. There's a template I use, and that focuses through very deep analysis, deep value, to be able to generate and focus on very fast moving US based stocks. And out of that, I'm hoping to get qualified to enable me to get added to their marketplace. So that will elevate my profile on Seeking Alpha and add a lot of credibility to what I do. As for Seeking Alpha itself, it has 21 million active traders. That's big, and that's monthly. Um, Out of that, for me, I get about of all the stocks, probably 30 plus stock analysis I've done so far, about 53% of them have shown to win. So for example, if you're on the long side, I've got AFC with a monthly return of 24%. And if you're on the shorting side, picked Coinbase, that would have given you a monthly return of 38% since that article came out. Now, here's a review from one of the readers. Nice to see an article that isn't based on wishful thinking and hope as a strategy. And that's that, which is what I try to drive through in my analysis. Okay, that's so here, as I said, we focus on ETF top performers. So what we're doing is we rebalance every month with daily analysis on those sectors to be able to optimize the top performing market sectors. Not only that, I personally don't want to hold ETFs because of the extra fees that come with it, and would rather just hold the actual stocks in the ETF holdings, and that's what I'm looking for. So out of that, what we do is we do again portfolio diversification. We only look for winning combinations to stay ahead of the market, meaning outperform. We capitalize, and again, this is really important that you have direct ownership of the instrument that you're purchasing. You're not being locked in that investment. I've talked to a couple of alternative investment folks at an institutional level, and you're going to get locked in for maybe minimum year holding, and you don't have any of that. It's pure liquid that what we offer. And again, we invest in various sectors. So, for instance, in the last 2 months, it's been energy, and then evolved to mining and metal, and then now we're starting to see where solar is starting to pick up immensely as well. So, who would think? So, our goal is to enable you for your long-term, short-term goals is to obviously be able to build out a emergency fund if you had to. Um, you have a second source of income, namely if you're kind of retired, or if you're young, you want to buy a house or supplement an investment fund as well. So here's some examples of some returns, and this is just generated in the last 2 days. So we have our master portfolio that we can suggest. So for instance, if we're giving you a cumulative return of 232%, which is you'd think is ridiculously not valid, it is based upon these metrics I'm showing you, and we can go very deep on this, just showing the highlights. So you get a Sharpe ratio of 1.9, and then the benchmark against that would be the S&P 500 index. So you'd be in the hole all year up until this point of losing money, basically. But on the other hand, if you go with what's suggested here, you would do very well. Now here's a visual: 200 plus percent in blue in our own strategy picks, as well as what's shown in yellow are the benchmark, which would be all negative for the year. Now, here's the monthly returns, and obviously we're rebalancing it. So you're not going to typically see what you see there in the negative of September and October. But if you did decide with this, you'd still be netting out immense monthly returns. Even in the losses of September or October, you would be able to easily show a zero out of that and still reap the monthly income that you would get from the other months as well. So here's again the highlight performance metrics. So we I don't know that right there, Sharpe is very important. As I keep saying, anything over two in a challenge market that we're dealing with right now is considered really good. And the thing is that when you get a two and Goldman Sachs know about it, they want to hire you as a market analyst because not very many people can say that you get a Sharpe ratio of two. Okay. Meanwhile, if you just stuck to the S&P, you would be down in the negative. Now, out of that, as I said, we don't want to hold the ETF itself, but we'd rather hold the holdings of that particular whatever ETF. So these are just some examples lately of what has done very well for us. So there's CMC, ATO, and then we have the ASC, which is our more shipping containers, and they're a shipper oil. And they were the ones that blew up back in, I believe, in September, and still doing strong as well. So we're kind of diversified, but right now what's performing is the old dirty industries. But again, when you do the research on these companies, their sustainability ratings blow out all the big tech, social justice, big tech players. Now, as I said with crypto, we have here our alternative coins, but everyone's focusing on the exchanges and the bankruptcies of them and the scams and the performance, the really bad performance of Bitcoin and Ethereum. But yet, when you look at the altcoins, they've been doing pretty good. So what you're wanting to focus on is use automated trading to focus on those coins that are about to break out. And with that, what you that this enables you to do is to trade 24/7. All right. So as I said, really, this is really important. Is everyone's going into self custody because of all the FTX scams and whatnot. I get that, but I'm firmly believing that Kraken's still going to be the safest exchange out there. Forget the Binances, forget the Coinbases, forget all the other exchanges. You want to be with a US based exchange, fully registered globally from what I've seen. The most important thing is this proof of reserve. They were the first one to get those audits done years ago. The other big thing that builds their credibility is their Wyoming based bank. So they're now at a point where they're getting Federal Reserve routing numbers to be a fully legitimate, recognized bank in the world of crypto. And they're going to be the first ones to do it. Coinbase is not doing it. Binance is not doing it. But the Kraken is. And they're also just got their license for Dubai as well. So I think from what I'm understanding, they're doing the same in Dubai as well to be fully legit. As I said, their support is real. Real people will help you. It could be 2 in the morning on Christmas Day, probably. You still be able to get that support. Other big key thing here with Kraken is you're not trading in stable coins. You're actually trading in real US dollars. But you can also trade in other major exchange currencies as well, be it Euro, Australian, Pound, British Pound, or um, Euros as well. And as I said, they're fully registered globally. Now, again, here's some of the big alternative coin formers I've had in the last 3, 4 days. Litecoin, Dash, and Zcash. All right. So again, that's all fine and good, but how do we do it? Well, first of all, we want to use a top-rated platform, which brings us to MotoWave. Okay. They also have an exciting app coming out that's going to enable you to trade on the go, which is very important. One of the big selling points of MotoWave is that they have actually 300, they call them studies, they're indicators, and strategies to automate your trades. And the best part is they're all, you get source code if you're a developer. So that's a huge thing. So not only that, but you get to connect to over 30 plus different exchanges and brokers. So we use obviously interactive brokers for everything except for crypto and use Kraken for that. And they have a pretty responsive support team and their user forums quite good as well. Now, when it comes to Python, it's not a necessity, but if you want to really optimize what's out there for developers, you can use fully a script that we can provide. It'll show you how what minimum size you need that you can scale across your lot sizes in the world of crypto. Um, and also, we have courses that will show you how to build out trading bots for namely crypto, but it can be easily applied to interactive brokers as well. And we also, if you want to get really advanced, the different types of ways to use the interactive brokers API as well. So out of that, as I said with MotoWave, mostly important is that because we're providing the hand-picked instruments that will outperform, so you just open up the chart for those when you connect to the broker or the exchange. And out of that, from there, you don't need to do any programming from there. And that's another big key. So you don't have to be a technical person to be able to do this. Other thing is, as I said earlier, is you get total control on all your accounts, all your positions that you own and control. You're not locked in anything like, let's say, crypto staking, or if you choose to use a private equity and you got a capital that they'll say, hey, invest here and you're locked in for a year, which is you don't have any of that. It's truly, truly liquid for you. Now, here's the key: is we have the automated trading strategies with source code to enable you to properly time the trades for you. Also, we are going to be offering instant analytical files from within from within MotorWave. So then all you got to do to replicate it is just download the file, the analytical file, and then be able to just within instantly, really, be able to replicate what we've got going on. The other thing is, if you do decide to use crypto, or even with interactive brokers now, because they just announced you can trade ETFs, you're able to run this 24/7 in a set and forget mode and not worry about any of that and just let it sit. And as I always use the example, just set out a bunch of rods on the things you want to trade and into a river of the order flow and price action for those instruments. And when those trading opportunities come up, they'll automatically open up. And when they say close, you just let them trade. And you can easily do that with any of the instruments that we recommend. So here's the deal. Black Friday is upon us. We have Cyber Monday coming up this Monday, November 28th. So if you want access to everything that I'm mentioning here, plus way more I've not talked about, you get $9.97 for 3 years for all access. We're just trying to maximize this as an opportunity, just to enable people last opportunity on this. Plus, if you do decide down the road to get, let's say, Seeking Alpha Premium to get access to my own articles, that's a separate purchase that you do through Seeking Alpha. I have nothing to do with that. Now, the thing is, if we get in the marketplace, again, that's a Seek and Alpha purchase. Okay. Now, if you do decide to go after Cyber Monday, I'm okay. I'll get more money out if you decide to go with it. You get all access, but now you're going to be paying 1,000 sorry, 3,000 for just 1 year. So you do the math on that discount. Or if you do decide, well, you pay 1,000 per quarter. And again, there's no discounting here. And I'm able to do that based upon my track record that I'm building up through Seek Alpha. So if you want to know more, here's my contact. Comment away. I'll get the ball rolling for you. Just email me in a response and let me know you want to get started on this, because this is going to end Monday. You got the new pricing after this upcoming Tuesday, and we ain't going back and lowering anything after that. So that's where it's at. So thanks for watching.